Britain has announced it will join France in recognizing a Palestinian state, but can a former empire that once divided the Arab world with a ruler and a pencil now claim the moral ground to heal it? This is the story of how colonial lines drawn in secret gave birth to endless war, dispossession, and genocide. In 1916, Britain and France carved up the Middle East in a secret agreement known as the Sykes-Picot Accord. They didn't consult Arabs. They didn't consider history. Instead, they drew straight lines with a pencil and a ruler, slicing through lands and communities like borders were board game pieces. This wasn't just about redrawing maps. It was about ownership, the spoils of the empire after the Ottoman Empire collapsed. Now, more than a century later, Britain and France pledged to recognize Palestine. But how meaningful is this recognition for powers that laid down the foundations for its destruction? Until the West reckons with its colonial culpability, a recognition is symbolic. Peace will remain a mirage, and justice for Palestinians just another broken promise. One of the architects of this colonial order was Gertrude Bell, a British administrator who helped invent modern-day Iraq. She handpicked its king, drew its borders, and betrayed Arabs, their hopes of independence promised by Britain in exchange for rising up against the Ottomans. Meanwhile, France and Britain engineered borders that inflamed sectarianism. Sunnis in Syria, Shias in Lebanon, Kurds without a country, divided and set up to fall. This wasn't just neglect, it was design. Nowhere was this colonial betrayal more destructive than in Palestine. In 1917, Britain issued the Balfour Declaration, promising a national home for Jewish people, but telling Palestinians, 90% of the population at the time, that their civil and religious rights would be protected. That promise was broken. Instead, Britain facilitated mass Jewish migration, laying down the groundwork for the 1948 Nakba, when over 750,000 Palestinians, both Muslims and Christians, were ethnically cleansed. Over 55,000 Palestinians, many of them children, have been killed in Gaza since October 2023, hospitals bombed, refugee camps flattened, ceasefire calls ignored. This isn't an aberration. It's a continuation of colonial violence. The Sykes-Picot Pact not only weakened Arab states, it rendered them powerless to stop genocide, while the West shields Israel from consequences. I am Sameer Arshad Khatlani. This is the World Journal, where history is just not past. Until next time, stay informed and stay human.